God's honest truth. I don't think I ever would have attempted it without those guys having paved the way.
By the summer of 1980, we'd been working on Airplane for the better part of 5 years. Finally, in early July, it was finished and ready for release. The night arrived. The premiere was on the lot at Paramount Studios. 3 Midwestern boys' Hollywood fantasy come true.
The lights went down, the movie started. In those days, films were projected from reels. Airplane was on 5 reels. Up in the booth, the projectionist put up the reels. 1, 2, 3, 5. The guy skipped reel 4.
Clearly a disaster, but I remember we had 3 completely different reactions to it.
I was really nervous before the premiere, so I went to a bar around the corner from Paramount with some friends and had a couple Bloody Marys to calm my nerves. When reel 5 came up instead of reel 4, I remember thinking, wow, this is great. We thought we had a pacing problem, but this is moving along really nicely.
I was mortified at first. Oh shit, what's happening? But then I immediately rationalized Hollywood premieres usually don't get a great reaction anyway, since everyone's rooting for you to fail. So my first thought was, oh good, now we'll have an excuse for why this thing flopped.
I just bolted up to the projection booth and screamed at the guy, "Take it off! It's the wrong reel!" And the guy's telling me, no, it says here. I just kept shouting, "No, you're showing the wrong reel. I'm the director. It's out of order." There had been a recent George C. Scott film, Hardcore, where he had to watch his daughter in a porn movie, and he's screaming, "Take it off! Take it off!" So I kind of found myself screaming just like George C. Scott, "Take it off! Take it off!" Finally, I screamed loud enough that the guy must have realized that either I am the director or his life is in danger trapped in the booth with a homicidal maniac. So he stops the projector, looks at the reel, and says, "Oh, yeah."
So they stopped the movie, turned the lights on in the audience, put the right reel up, and started the movie again. Thank God for Bloody Marys.
I remember the beginning of the wrong reel started with the shit hitting the fan.
Talk about life imitating art. So then when they played it in the correct order, the shit hit the fan again. Afterward, people were coming up to us and saying, "It's great, but I don't think you should have the shit hitting the fan twice."
Chapter 1. Get Me Rex Kramer. Bill Hader.
They created an entirely new thing that no one had seen. And now to have gone from a fan to someone who works in comedy, it's more that I kind of watch in awe that it can sustain that many jokes where everything is a bit and it works.
The seeds for our kind of humor were planted when we were kids. Growing up in the 60s in Milwaukee, we consumed a steady diet of hard-hitting dramas like The Untouchables, Sea Hunt, Dragnet, and Mission Impossible, shows where the characters just took themselves so seriously, and we'd blurt out ridiculous lines for them to say. Later, we'd dub old movies, and then in Airplane, we actually got those same tough guy actors to say the lines we always wished they would have said. There was a part of us that couldn't believe that they would really do that.
Bill Hader. Robert Stack. The way he delivers his lines. I mean, the hardest I laugh now when I watch the movie is his kind of spin out at the end of the movie where he's talking about municipal bonds, Ted. Do you know what it's like to fall in the mud and get kicked in the head with an iron boot? Of course you don't. No one does. That never happens.
And the most serious and humorless was Robert Stack. He was the one guy who we knew we wanted in Airplane from the get-go, from when we first started writing the script. He was sort of our key to it all.
I remember us saying, we will camp out on his lawn until he signs. We were not going to accept no. In fact, with the first 1975 incarnation of the Airplane script, amateurs that we were, we called Stack's agent and said, we've got this script, Airplane, and we want Robert Stack for the lead, and could he read the script? And the agent says, is this a go picture? And we said, what's a go picture? There's a pause, and the guy says, come back when you have the money.
Robert Stack. Rex Kramer.